This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
We're here at Benet Academy with girls track and field Allie Munson. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So the season, weather-wise, as you can tell, it hasn't been the best. So you guys only have had a couple of meets outdoors so far. So how's the season been going for you so far?
So far it's been going pretty well. We put a lot of training into like the indoor and off season. So I think now that like we're able to go outside, like it's really paying off and like showing in the performance. So overall it's been really good.
Now you as a pole vaulter and sprinter as well, but let's just focus on pole vaulting for a minute. What got you into pole vaulting, I guess?
To be honest, I was a gymnast for I think 11 years until like 8th grade when I had an injury and I had to stop. So freshman year, the pole vault coach was coming around. He was like asking if anybody had been a gymnast before, and I was like, oh, I have. He was like, okay, well, why don't you try this? So I was like, why not? So I just gave it a go, and it just kind of stuck. I kind of fell in love with it.
Now, taking that gymnastics background into pole vaulting, can you talk me through it? What, I guess, makes a gymnast a good pole vaulter?
Well, gymnastics is a very technical sport, and so is pole vault. And a lot of the aspects of gymnastics, like being able to like conquer different like fears of like different events and stuff, like that definitely helps in pole vault because like eventually like you'll end up going so high, you know, there's always that fear factor of coming down on like back on the ground like in a bad way. So I mean, I definitely feel like that prepares pole vaulters like the most, like having that gymnastics background. So yeah.
I guess you kind of led me right into it. The mindset of being a pole vaulter, getting ready to go, you know, getting the stick into the block and then just going up. What is that thought process when you're about to hit the block and you're going up in the air? And just take me through that.
Well, you know, you practice this event so many times and it kind of just comes naturally. And so at the beginning, it was definitely like I definitely had to jump over some mental blocks to like get used to doing this pole vaulting, and so now it's just kind of more like muscle memory, like it happens. Like I do have to like of course think about what I'm doing and stuff, but otherwise I tend to overthink things, just like overanalyze and stuff. So what I actually try to do in pole vault is just like take it one step at a time and not like let anything get like ahead of me and stuff. So I just try to like stay calm and like collective, and I just try not to overthink things the best I can.
There's a lot of twisting involved too. Is that where some of the gymnastics come in?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now, you just cleared 12.3 recently at the Gus Scott invite, so
yes.
That's a new PR for you.
Yes.
So how was that feeling, and what was that like? I guess I heard you try to go for 12.8 and missed. What was that? What was that experience, I guess, like?
It was all very exciting. I actually had a meet that Wednesday before, and my coach wasn't there, and I had jumped 11.6 on my own. So that was definitely like, it was like a confidence booster that I could like jump that height on my own, like without my coach there. So I like knew that like I could definitely go higher if I wanted to. So at the meet, you know, I just took it one step at a time, one height at a time, and just thought about like what I needed to do to clear each height. And I had a lot of friends come and support me, which was awesome. I was not expecting it, and I definitely thought that like boosted my confidence. And so, yeah, I just kind of took it one step at a time, and then at 12.3, just like clearing that height, it was really exhilarating. And so I was like, why not try for 12.8? So we had to go for it. And there's always that like point where, you know, you start to get like a little tired and stuff.
Sure.
So I kind of had this like thought in my head, like if I didn't clear it on like the first few tries, like I probably wasn't going to get it, just because, you know, after so many jumps, you start to get a little exhausted. So
I saw something where you actually tried a little different technique as far as your warm-ups. You went higher and then to the lower distance or the lower height. Does that help at all, I guess, in how you prepare to go for those higher jumps?
No, not really. In practice, I definitely put the bungee at like much higher heights just so I get like used to it and used to like trying to like hit those higher heights. I don't necessarily clear them, sure. But during like the warm-ups in practice, I always try to like do the right technique more than trying to get high, just so I can like practice that before I jump.
So you also are in a couple different events as well, the long jump and the 200, taking sixth place at the Gus Scott recently. So being a pole vaulter, but also having the chance to get out there and run, does that, I guess, what's the difference in mindset as far as running and jumping?
For me, it's really not that much different. I just kind of, each time I go out there, I just go out there and try to do my best and try to stay consistent. But I definitely think that both of them kind of complement each other. Like the sprinting complements like the pole vault, and the pole vault definitely, it helps the sprinting a little bit. And so I think by the end of the day, it's a good workout and good practice.
I'm sure it's definitely a good workout. What's the dynamic of this team? You got a lot of juniors on this team, but a few seniors as well. I know Lucy Zimmerman is one of those seniors. What's the dynamic of this team so far?
Honestly, this is probably one of the most fun groups or teams I have ever been with. We're all just so close, and we all support each other so much, no matter what. My best friend Emma Jones, I do long jump with her, and of course we are competing against each other, we're trying to outdo one another. Sure. But at the same time we're both supporting each other each time after our jump. So I think this team and this group dynamic, I don't think anything really affects us. We're all there for each other, and we're here as a team to win as a team.
Now I know that we mentioned the dynamic of the team, but as far as your placement on the squad, how have you been able to maybe translate into a leadership role, or have any of the girls come to you for advice on anything?
A couple girls have. I don't know. I believe that they probably look up to me just because I've gotten all these titles, and so I definitely try to always guide them on the right path and give them advice whenever they need it and stuff. And so for long jump, I'll start to help. There's this one girl who we have helped a little bit, and then for pole vault, there's nobody really younger to ask me for advice or anything. It's just me and my friend Anna. So that's pretty much it.
Now the ESCC is coming up next week. You guys have had a long tradition of winning there, so I guess that's the goal, is to continue the dominance in the conference?
Yes, that is the goal. It's definitely going to be a challenge this year, but I definitely think if we all give our 100%, we can definitely do it.
9 years. I mean, that's quite an accomplishment to be able to say that you're the top dog in the conference, and then you winning a couple events as well. So, do you feel that pressure to continue to win?
I do a little bit, I won't lie, but I feel with every meet there's always going to be a little bit of pressure to always try your best, of course, and it honestly depends on the goals you set for yourself. Of course coaches have goals for you and stuff, but I think it ultimately comes down to how far and willing the individual athletes are willing to go to get that height and record and stuff.
Right. And you just mentioned the coaches. What has Coach Brooks meant to you so far in your 3 years here?
He has been a great role model for me. During meets, I tend to get a little bit overworked up and stuff, so he's always there to calm me down. Especially last year during my state meet, I was starting to get some nerves, and he was there to talk me down a little bit. So he's always been there for me, supporting me, and I don't know, I probably couldn't have done this without him.
And again, you just lead me right into the things here. So the state meet is going to be coming up again in the next month or so, and you guys, Benet has dropped down to 2A now. So you have a really good chance of winning state. Has that all creeped in your mind as far as some of the events that you could possibly be in?
Yes. For pole vault, there is a chance that I can definitely place higher than I did last year. I don't know if I will necessarily be able to win, but I just think a lot of hard work and just the energy at that meet is just something else. Sure. So I think that will definitely play a factor into it. So we will see. I am still deciding if I want to do some of the other events at state, just because I might just want to focus on pole vault, but sure, we'll see how it goes.
You're only a junior, so I mean, you still
true.
have another year to really go at it. So being a junior and knowing that you still have another year here at Benet, is that at all work to your benefit at all in that sort of sense?
To be honest, I don't really plan that much in the future. I kind of just do what I need to do
Yeah,
in the
of course, of
moment,
course.
and I don't really like let the fact that I have one more year like get to me, that like I don't let it like make me think that I like need to like not work as hard or like sag off. Like I still like always work my hardest and stuff. So
Now, again, just being a junior, but do you have any plans for college yet?
I'm looking at a couple of options. I'm currently kind of considering going into like a military academy, just because I've kind of always been interested in that. But I've been leaning kind of more towards East Coast schools, just because I like it out there.
And you still want to do track when you get to
Definitely,
school? Okay.
definitely.
Allie, thank you for joining me again today, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.